the day, what if you found out that everything you are doing is just the mission? It was never the vision. Can I tell you a story of Ruth, Naomi, and Oprah? One was gazing at the second. The other one was gazing at the vision, but one was gazing at the mission. Naomi said, "Don't call me Naomi. Call me." But the other one said, "I will go back home." Sir, if you are not for the race, God will never pick you. It's not the mission, no. I came to realize something between Esau and Jacob. Esau had that hate. Jacob had that. If eventually Esau took the mantle, a wrong foundation would have been laid. Esau had already described himself at the beginning of the birthright. That's why if you lack the spiritual insight, you may take the physical wisdom as the spiritual insight. That was what was going on between Esau and Jacob. Sir, man, it's not about the courage. Without Jacob, there won't be a proof of vision. And who is this vision? The Israelites. Be careful when you end up as a bias in another man's story. I know that nobody here wants to be a bias. But sir, man, you got nothing to do if God ordained you to be a bias. And what is the bias? Jacob was a bias to Esau. But at the end of the day, he fulfilled the destiny that Esau could not. And he was celebrated. Do you think that God is interested in what Jacob did to Esau? He was never interested. And this is something in Sunday school today. We may think that God did partiality when it comes to King Esau. Sir, if a man could listen to the people and make a sacrifice when a commandment is already been made, what will happen if he continue like this? I know you want to become a voice to many nations, a key, a light. But if your lifestyle is a mess, a wrong foundation will be made, and God can never pick you. Sir, prophecy will be made though concerning your people. A clear prophecy, even a little manifestation. But guess what? It will never happen if your lifestyle, your attitude, your mindset, something is wrong. I know mercy can speak, but can I tell you, character can take you to Lord. Sorry, your beauty can take you to Lord, or your character will bring you back to the place you came from. That's what happened to King Saul. God is never in partiality to favor anyone. But my dear, if God picks someone that is better than you, you cannot do anything. That's why I told you that God picked the broken vessel, not because they are broken. The battle is not for the strong, not because they are eventually weak, they are strong. But Esther said, "I perish." That was the translation. I know I'm going to die for Christ, but I'll keep living for Christ. That is the vision. Can I tell you the most dangerous thing about impact? The vision. Even if you are proving a point, you will still get stoned. I will tell you many people in the Bible that eventually the point was a proof and evidence, but they still die. And you think that God will show you the peace when you have already shown you the vision. Ask Joseph in the prison. If eventually Joseph know that he will end up in the prison, do you think he will have told his siblings and family that this is the vision that I have, the dream, become a great person? Gehazi thought he was living in the vision. That's why he made a mess of himself. Be careful if you are living with someone who is already in the vision and you are in the process of the mission. Gehazi thought that Elisha is master. I know Elisha is living in the vision. Then anything that will happen, I too will be living in the vision. But Gehazi make a mistake that at the end of the day, his voice was shut up. That's what a vision can do to a man. The vision is a process. It will test you. It will eventually test you. Sir, you can lose everything in the marriage that did not wear the cloth. Just imagine I invited you from something and I told you the dress code and I told you wear red and you honor my invitation and you come but you wear white. Everybody will wear red. Calling you will look different. But why did the master cast him out? Many of us will always say that the 5 virgins was foolish. But can I tell you something? Are you better than the 5 virgins? Before you conclude that the 5 virgins were foolish, I put my shoe in the 5 virgins. We all thought we are going to somewhere. Me and Sister Evelyn is going to somewhere. And they think that Sister Evelyn owns money in her pocket. Because we are going to a journey. But I did not owe 110 naira. Even Kobo was not with me. But I believe that Sister Evelyn was with money. At the end of the day, I found out that Sister Evelyn was not with any money. What will happen? So how are you better than the 5 virgin? The 5 virgin was looking only for the mission. They never know that the vision is the main point. They left the vision ahead. They left it behind themselves. But the many 5 know that even if others has oil, I will still find oil. And I will keep extra in case of necessity. So be careful when a prophecy is laid for you. You may think it's easy. The brightness of the vision is great, but the blueprint is the pit. That's why we have many generals. But sorry to say, we have only few who succeeded at the vision. So you might be great, mighty, powerful, but yet the vision is. It's not the fault of the person, it's the mindset. If your information is not expensive, my dear, your mission will become the vision. So nothing kills a man more than ignorance. The fastest way to die is ignorance. But the fastest way to live is wisdom. Don't use your method as a goal. Many of us, we come from different foundations. But can I tell you, the foundation was never a key, but a proof that even if I come for this foundation, I can still bring out light. But many of us think that the foundation was actually the evidence. Who told you so? That's why many Christians end up in the mission. I know you want to prove a point to nations. Do you think that the nation is eventually interested of who you are? If you have nothing to offer, nobody will listen to you. But when a man has vision, even those that does not like you have no choice but to listen to you because he's a man of you. No man will want to sit down with a foolish man or a foolish woman. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Sir, can I I tell you that when God said count it away, do you think it was a mission? Or do you think it was a vision? But eventually it is for the mission. But because if you refuse to count it joy in the mission, what will happen if the vision came to your doorstep? Will you still count it joy? The service that you render is a proof in the beginning of your mission. There's a saying that success is never a destination. It was never a destination, because your success can either destroy you or bring you to the world. But can I tell you that your vision is not yet a destination if life is not impacted? I may hold a Bible and I tell you everything in this Bible. But if I cannot transform your mind, renew your mind, and bring you closer to the altar, you to give you one turning. Your mission to your vision, God understand your capacity. That's why He give you a voice. That does not mean that God hit you and gave this one wisdom. Because you know that with that voice you can conquer territory. With your wisdom you can bring men closer to Him. But when you fail to understand, you will envy and do competition, and you will assume and accuse others for the competition. The vision is very tricky. The other I told you that you can be a bias to another's man. It's not a cause. Neither God is trying to cheat you. You can never be a good story all the time in another person's vision. Don't think that you will be an holy or righteous person all the time. I may be preaching here tomorrow, I may end up hurting you, but not because I'm bad, just because God is going to bring out a proof inside of you. There's a certain people in this life, if God did not torture them, they will never rise. They will never rise. Sir, that vision, their mission under it. So God will have to torture you to rise. There are many Christians, they are too relaxed. When they feel too relaxed, they will end up enjoying the mission. I'm telling you. When I was in Benin, art is not yet sashed and broken. Sorry to say, you will not go far. You will only become a voice in a little while. At the end of the day, drop. Instruction to a father is to preserve a child's life. But the commandment is to keep the child all the days of his life. Mission has deceived many people. And at the end of the day, you regret of a certain mistake you have in life. Why will you regret it when you make that decision? The problem is not what you heard. The problem is what your heart accelerates and what it accepts. So I may give you the 10 commandments of God, but one day you will miss one. You will miss one, and you find out that one you miss is the end of the vision. And so pleaded and won somewhere at the end of the day, because he believed that second chance can still be given. That's why I told you that God will not allow you to make a wrong foundation even if you are too anointed. Even if you can shake mountain, it will never. The delay is not for a deny, but the delay is for you to be mature spiritually, so that the vision That's why my papa will always say, the throne, the seat is not for a fool. And do you think a fool is someone that talk anyhow? The way we describe fool to be, eventually it's not that way God was trying to say. The throne is not for a fool because you can bring your own commandment and statement and we travel for generation. At the end of the day, the Z generation will take it and misinterpret it and life will be destroyed. So it's easy to become called an evangelist, a pastor, a minister, kingdom financier. Don't think that it's only for minister in the water. A kingdom financier can destroy what God has ordained for many generations to come. I'm telling you. That's why God gives many men. But when you fail to realize it, you walk into another smart vision. And you think that you are sustained lifestyle generational impact. But at the end of the day, you find out that even one person was not impacted. Even a single soul was never impacted. But there's something I learned for Joseph in the prison. He eventually had something that was backing him up in the prison behind the vision. If you check it well, the lineage from Abraham and to the children of Israel, that was the evidence of the vision. But we know that everything goes in alignment to the mission. God may summon you to be in a particular place for many years, and there will be no blessing or favor for that many years. That does not mean that God does not know you or God does not listen to you. Because God wants you to face the side of their joy and happiness, but you were facing the side of complaining. That's why there is many prophecy. At the end of the day, the mission becomes impossible just because of what you have done. That's why I sorry for Gehazi. But can I tell you an interesting part about Elisha? Elisha was not only the sons of God under Elijah. There were many men. But why did Elisha follow his master and the rest stayed behind? It may look funny, Papa may call all the choir and say, follow me to one place. One of us will tell Papa that I have food in the gas. One will say I have stomach pain. One will say I have head. That's the beginning of the mission. Mission has already failed, but you did not know. That was what was happening. They stayed behind because I noticed something. They asked Elisha 3 times, do you know that your master is going to heaven? Think, they may reason that it's impossible. Why will Elijah say he wants to descend to heaven so easily? They asked Elisha 3 times. But Elisha ignored. Now I know that if wrong information is passed to you and you refuse to ignore it, you become a lifestyle to that information. Elisha was a man that death is here to any word that will bring him down. Sir, man, I know life is not a competition, but my dear, is a competition. You know what? Elisha was better than the rest son of men. If you think life is not a competition, sit down and let someone take your place. Then you know that this is what you were supposed to become. I heard a story. A man was preaching, manifesting the word of God. Then a old man stand up in the congregation. And he goes to stand up. He holds the young boy. Holding the young boy like this, and the boy was like, what was going on, and the man wept. People was like, what is going on? They thought maybe it's the message that touched the man. It was never the message. The old man went to go and meet the small boy and say, Child, when I was sitting down on the congregation, God told me that this is what you were supposed to become. But because you did not listen to me, I picked him instead to show you that I can pick anybody for the vision. That's why God can qualify. He won't qualify. Not because of the mission. Our Papa will say, when somebody will intercede for you, or when you sin against God, then you know that authority is different from power. If you see a man with rank, you with power, don't fight with him. Because he has superseded the grace of power and enter rank. There are many people like that. That's why I told you that a prophecy will be given to you and say you will travel the whole wide world. My dear, somebody in that seat will grab the prophecy, not because the prophecy was not meant for you. It was because the spirit was already connected to the word. That's why God told you that in earth there are three things that keep record. If you are not careful, the water, the spirit, and the blood. That is why many men today, they can use the head to finish a man, and yet, man, when you fail to realize you are a God, yes, you will die. You will die without no vision. Elisha could not pass the mantle to anybody because somebody have already messed up. So if you mess up, my dear, the younger one will correct you at old age. We correct you at old age. It's not a curse. It's because you forsake your own identity. I will tell you again, vision is identity to a man. It is an identity to a man. I know that you need resources to back up your mission or your vision. But God has called